Well, Jared Fogle's defense team is now appealing his sentence. They're asking that it be thrown out and that Fogle be resentenced. Now, a judge sentenced the former Subway pitchman back in November to almost 16 years behind bars. He is currently serving that prison term in Littleton, Colorado. Eyewitness News reporter Emily Longnecker has the reasons Fogle's attorney is citing for the appeal. But what are legal experts saying about his chances of actually getting one? Emily?
Well, Andrea, in his appeal, Fogle's attorney argues the judge who sentenced his client abused her authority. We spoke with two longtime defense attorneys tonight, one of whom is a former deputy prosecutor. Both say Fogle appealing his sentence is a pretty common move, but say a decision to overturn it would be rare.
In a filing of almost 300 pages, Jared Fogle's attorney says his client's sentence, imposed by United States District Judge Tanya Walton Pratt, is unreasonable and based on erroneous facts. Fogle's attorney Ron Ellenberger claims that Judge Pratt abused her discretion when she imposed a sentence longer than suggested by federal sentencing guidelines. He also says she didn't give enough explanation about why her sentence was longer than guidelines recommended. But getting the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn Fogle's sentence is a long shot, say criminal defense attorneys Jeff Mendes and Ralph Staples, who was also a deputy prosecutor in Marion and Lake counties.
Right. It's very rare something like this will be overturned.
They have to show an abuse of discretion, really and an abuse of discretion is way up here.
Both say although Judge Pratt's sentence was 3 years longer than what the plea agreement called for, sentencing guidelines are flexible for federal judges.
She weighs out the goods and bads, and she decides what is the appropriate sentence based on the guidelines.
Federal judges especially are very thorough, very careful in terms of their sentencing orders. They lay out why they've done what they've done. You have to show an error, I mean a real big glaring error as an appellant in order to get a sentence overturned. And in a situation like this, it's probably not likely.
In his appeal, Fogle's attorney says Judge Pratt made those errors. He says she wrongly took into account allegations for which Fogle never faced criminal charges. Those allegations included discussions Fogle had about possible sexual contact with minors and collecting pornography of kids as young as 6. Arguing its case, the government referenced discussions Fogle had with other women about paying minor girls for sex or talking about similar encounters in the past. In his appeal, Fogle's attorney says his client made up those stories, pointing out his client never actually had sex with anyone under 16. He also asked the court to consider Fogle never had sexual contact with any of the kids in the pictures or videos he had, and never distributed those images or videos online.
Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office has until late March to respond before the judge